In a peaceful little American town called Willow Creek, there lived an old man everyone knew, but hardly anyone understood. His name was Mr. Dawson. He was quiet, gentle, always walking slowly with a wooden cane. But there was one thing that made him mysterious. Every single evening, for almost 40 years, he walked to the old wooden bridge outside the town and hung a small lantern there. Rain or snow, heat or storm, the old man never missed a single night. People whispered stories about him. Maybe he's strange, maybe he's lonely, maybe it's just an old habit. But no one ever asked him why, except for one curious kid. One autumn evening, a 12-year-old boy named Evan followed Mr. Dawson quietly. Evan had recently moved to Willow Creek with his single mother. He was shy, lonely, and searching for something or someone to connect with. The sky was golden and purple. The river under the bridge reflected the colors like a painting. Evan watched as the old man hung the lantern on a rusty nail, lit the flames slowly, and whispered something under his breath. Evan couldn't hold his curiosity. He stepped closer and said softly, "Sir, why do you light this lantern every night?" The old man looked at him, surprised but gentle. "That's a long story, son." Evan smiled. "I like long stories." The old man chuckled softly. "All right, but this one may make your heart heavy." The two sat on the edge of the bridge. A cold breeze passed through the trees. Mr. Dawson began, "40 years ago, I had a little daughter. Her name was Lily. She was my whole world." His voice trembled. "She loved fireflies. Every evening we would come to this very bridge and watch the fireflies dance in the dark." But then his eyes grew sad. "One stormy night, Lily came here to play. The rain was heavy. The river was wild. She slipped on the wet wood and fell into the rushing water." Evan's heart dropped. "I shouted. I ran. I jumped into the water. But the river—" The old man paused. "The river took her away." He wiped his eyes. "But before she fell, she said something to me, something I've never forgotten. 'Daddy, when it gets dark, leave a light for me. I'll follow it back home.'" Evan's voice cracked. "So you've been lighting the lantern for her for 40 years?" The old man nodded. "In case she ever finds her way back, a promise is a promise." From that day on, Evan met Mr. Dawson every evening. They talked about life, kindness, courage, dreams, and memories. Evan had lost his father years ago, and Mr. Dawson had lost his daughter. Somehow their hearts filled each other's empty spaces. Evan helped him walk when his legs shook. He carried the small lantern when Mr. Dawson's hands trembled, and he listened, truly listened, to every story. The whole town noticed the unusual friendship. A lonely boy and an old lonely man, fixing each other without even knowing it. But one winter evening, Evan didn't see the old man at the bridge. Worried, he ran to Mr. Dawson's small home. There he found the old man lying in bed, weak and pale. "Evan," he whispered, "my boy, tonight I cannot light the lantern." Evan held his hand tight. "It's okay. I'll do it for you." A small smile formed on the old man's lips. That night, for the first time in 40 years, someone else walked to the bridge carrying the lantern. Evan hung it gently, lit it carefully, and whispered the same words the old man whispered every night. "Lily, your father is waiting." The next evening, Evan returned, only to see neighbors gathered around the old man's house. Mr. Dawson had passed away peacefully in his sleep. Evan felt his heart break. The man who filled his emptiness was gone. At the funeral, Evan stood silently near the coffin. All he could think was, "I wasn't ready to lose him." As everyone left, Evan walked alone to the bridge. The lantern glowed softly in the dark, the last lantern Mr. Dawson ever saw lit. Evan whispered, "I promise I'll keep your light alive." Years passed. Evan grew older. He finished school, then college, then started working. But one thing never changed. Every evening, no matter how busy he was, he walked to the old bridge and hung the lantern. Some nights he came in the pouring rain, some nights in the freezing snow, some nights with joy in his heart, and some nights with tears. But the lantern always glowed. People in Willow Creek started noticing, who lights the lantern now? It used to be the old man, but now it's the boy who loved him. Slowly, the lantern became more than a light. It became a symbol of hope, a symbol of love that never dies. Parents brought their children to tell them the legend of the lantern keeper, how love can continue even after life ends, how a promise can last beyond death, how a stranger can become family. Sometimes, the smallest light, lit out of love, can guide more hearts than we ever imagine. Love doesn't disappear, memories don't fade, and kindness always finds its way home.